Fantastic. There's my slides. Good day, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you here in Hungary at this conference. It's a privilege. Thank you, Peter, for the nice introduction and for inviting me. It's wonderful to be here also with my colleague, Thomas Schulz, whom many of you would know, who manages the relationship with Com-Forth from a GE perspective. So yes, my name is Cobus van Heerden. I'm an analytics product manager in GE Vernova in our prophecy software and services business. I am based in the United Kingdom, and it's lovely to be in Hungary with you today. So I'm going to talk to you over the next 25 minutes about sustainability and sustainability excellence in manufacturing. But just a short sort of an update on GE. Many of you may be aware of General Electric, American company, fantastic heritage, been around for more than 100 years, I would say. So over the last 2 years, really, GE has created 3 focused companies. GE has divided into 3 focused companies. So last year, GE created a dedicated GE healthcare business only focused on healthcare. And then in April this year, the remaining 2 businesses, GE created 2 new businesses. One, GE Aerospace, focused on aerospace, and then a brand new business, GE Vernova, that we are part of, focused on energy. So GE Vernova, a fully dedicated, focused, new General Electric GE business, focused on helping the world, electrifying the world and helping the world decarbonize. So a fully focused energy business, essentially generating. It's interesting fact is that GE Vernova is generating today roughly around a third of global power. If you look at the business, it is consists of wind power, then conventional power and electrification, plus digital software, focusing on electrifying the world while simultaneously decarbonizing it with zero to low carbon technology. Truly a global business operating globally. So it's wonderful to be with you today, introducing you also to the new GE Vernova business. But software is a key component of GE Vernova, because without software, it is impossible to really help the world with this energy transition, with electrification and decarbonization. So the GE Vernova software really spans the whole energy life cycle. We have software that helps with energy production, software that helps with the grid, optimization of the grid and energy orchestration. But we also have software which is the prophecy software and services that, business that I am from, that essentially looks at the consumption of energy, helping industry to operate and optimize industrial efficiency and productivity of assets, and specifically also manufacturing plants. Another fun fact is that the manufacturing industry generally consume about a third of global energy. So it's really important. So from a energy perspective, GE Vernova software covers the whole spectrum of production, energy production orchestration, and also the efficient use of energy and resources. And that is where prophecy software have been, I think, for many, many years, helping industry and helping the manufacturing industry operate and optimize industrial assets and manufacturing plants. So let's specifically focus on sustainability in manufacturing. And firstly, why is that important? Why is it now important? How is GE Vernova helping our customers? And then I want to introduce to you a very specific solution that we have, a focused, dedicated solution for helping manufacturing industrial customers monitor and optimize utility usage, called Prophecy for Sustainability Insights. So why is sustainability a big topic today? Well, you know, over the last number of years, whether it is in the consumer space or in industry, you may have felt it. I definitely felt it in the UK and across the globe. I think energy costs is generally on the rise. It's becoming more costly, electricity and energy. But not only that, I mean, other natural resources like water. Just last week I was in Spain, and it doesn't really matter where you are. Water is a scarce resource, and you know, we're talking about water security, and we need to also within industry look at how do we utilize this resource in an intelligent, in an efficient way, in a responsible and sustainable way. But not only the cost or the availability of natural resources, governments around the world, there are increasing regulation around sustainability, and you know, regulations that requires reporting or specific industrial regulations that are becoming increasingly strict around climate, around waste, around the circular economy. And it is not just a thought anymore, it is absolutely already here. Here you can just see different types of regulations that are a timeline that are being introduced in various countries, specifically in the European Union, also in some other countries like the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, that requires industrial companies, manufacturing companies to report on, you know, various aspects of their sustainability strategy. So it's becoming essential to consider sustainability, to have a plan, to have a strategy, and to define necessary KPIs and to show progress, improvement progress around that. So within GE Vernova, we are very well positioned to help industry, to help the manufacturing industry, to help the industry in general, to really optimize their Scope 1 and 2 emissions. Scope 1 being the direct emissions that you produce from your operations, whether you are a manufacturing company that are making something or whether you are another industrial supplier. And then Scope 2 emissions, which really are the indirect emissions produced from utilities that you are buying in, that you are sourcing from outside, whether it is electricity or steam or heating or cooling or water. So Scope 1 and 2 emissions is really where we focus on helping industrial and manufacturing companies optimize those emissions. So how are we specifically helping customers with their sustainability? Specifically in three ways. Firstly, it is easy, and it's happening all over, that manufacturing and industrial enterprises in the boardrooms, the executives are forced to make, and they are making ambitious targets and ambitious commitments to improve sustainability. To reduce energy, to reduce emissions, to become net zero by a certain date. The question is really, it's easy to make those commitments, but how do you implement them? How do you operationalize them right down to the shop floor, so to speak? How do you empower your organizations with the tools to be able to track those emissions, to monitor them, and to optimize them continuously, to continuously improve so that you reach those targets? And so that is precisely what we do with our Prophecy software. We really help, we help enterprises, industrial manufacturing enterprises, with software to be able to really implement and track and monitor those goals in their daily operations to operationalize sustainability goals. Secondly, to really break the silos between sustainability and operations. Now, you know that in industrial manufacturing enterprises, often there are silos. There are not only organizational silos, meaning I have a operations, maybe a production operations department, I have a maintenance department, and then there is, and often those departments don't necessarily talk to one another, but now I also have a sustainability department maybe, and their goal is they must go and do projects, but they don't necessarily are the key decision makers in the plants, so they need to go to the specific operational sites and identify and work with them to implement projects to reduce energy usage. So how can we bridge the gap between these, departments, which are often siloed? But not only that, the data. We now have sustainability data that we are producing and want to collect around the utilization of energy and water and fuel and all of these utilities. But we also have all our operations data and our maintenance data. So how do we combine all of this data together so the data is not siloed? And that is precisely what we do with Prophecy software to help industrial manufacturing enterprises to really break these silos, to combine the data and to provide the organization with software that they can collaborate to really operationalize those sustainability targets and objectives. In other words, to manage your sustainability KPIs in the same way, within the same software environments that you are managing your quality or your OEE KPIs, your operational KPIs. And then thirdly, to provide the necessary contextual data to actually be able to continuously optimize sustainability. So this is just an example. Let's say you are measuring utilities, you are measuring electricity here. You might have a sensor that measures the electricity usage of a specific asset or even a whole plant. You are paying some provider for electricity. But what Prophecy provides is we add the contextual information to that data, meaning, when were you producing? What product were you producing? Did you have specific downtime maybe, or when was the plant running or not, so that you can really allocate and understand how much electricity or water or fuel, or it doesn't really matter which utility you are using. What are you using it for? Was it effectively utilized to make a product, or were you just using it when the plant wasn't really running? So Prophecy really helps customers add all of the contextual data to the utilities consumption meters so that you can truly optimize. We've been helping customers with Prophecy software for many, many years to essentially reduce energy usage or run more efficiently. For many years, whether it is through our SCADA software or whether it is through our historian that collects the data, whether it is from our manufacturing execution systems that, you've seen the slide from Peter that we are recognized as a Gartner leader in that. But for many years, our Prophecy solutions and software products have been helping customers to really run more efficiently. But what is now different, for the first time, we are introducing a brand new dedicated solution called Prophecy for Sustainability Insights. And so what we've done is we've really packaged, based on our proven Prophecy software, an out-of-the-box solution to help customers monitor and optimize the utility consumption of their industrial or manufacturing enterprises. We call that Prophecy for Sustainability Insights. So what is Prophecy for Sustainability Insights? It is a dedicated, purpose-built solution based on proven Prophecy software to help customers monitor, report on, benchmark, analyze, and continuously optimize the usage of utilities in their industrial enterprise or in their manufacturing plants. whether it is energy, whether it is electricity, water, steam, any fuels you may be using, any utilities that you are consuming that are producing essentially greenhouse gas emissions that are costing you something that you are paying for, you can, this solution will help you monitor, report on, but also benchmark. In other words, know whether whether the amount you are using for any given period is normal or too much or above normal. Then analyze it with dedicated analytics running in the background, analyzing your usage to help you understand if you're using too much, why. But then also the tools to increasingly optimize, continuously optimize and reduce your best demonstrated performance. So you can see that you are continuously improving and reducing and optimizing your utility usage. So just give you a quick glance. So Prophecy for Sustainability Insight Solution has a out-of-the-box application in Prophecy Operations Hub. So in our visualizations product, there is an out-of-the-box sort of application that would show you, firstly, the total usage of any or all of your utilities that you have configured in the system. You can look at it from a cost point of view. So what are the total amount of costs that you are spending on a given utility? You can look at it from a greenhouse gas perspective. What are the total amount of greenhouse gas emissions? From an energy consumption, so what is the total energy I've used, or water perspective. And then you can drill into to look at those totals broken down by plant, by section, by asset, all the way down to individual meter, to know which are the assets or the plants or the sections, down to which are the individual consumption meters that are using the most, that are consuming the most, whether it is energy or water or whatever utility it may be. You can look at it from a shift, by team, by mode, by SKU perspective. And this is, so in other words, you can see you can add your production context information to this. So you can look at, let's say, when my plant is shut down, I'm still using too much energy. Why are we not shutting things down or switching it off when the plant is not running? Or when I'm making a specific product, that product is very energy intensive. Also by time, so often utilities consumption are cyclical, maybe a specific hour of the day or a specific day of the week you are using a lot, and maybe why. You can investigate and improve that. View some trends over time, all the way down to an individual meter where we have analytics running in the background, benchmarking usage, so that you can, for any given meter, always know, am I using a normal amount or too much, given historical usage under these conditions? And if it is too much, you will get an alert. And, lastly, also be able to assign and create collaboration among teams to assign some actions, some improvement actions. But also this solution is fully based on our proven Prophecy products. So the visualization application is Operations Hub. So that app you see is an Ops Hub app. And the analytics running in the background are C-Sense analytics that are specifically packaged for sustainability applications. And that in short, to just summarize again, is an introduction to our sustainability solution called the Prophecy for Sustainability Insights, built on proven Prophecy software. And if any of you see a need for that in your organization, speak to Com-Forth. They will be able to help you with that. So yes, thank you so much for this time. It's fantastic to be with you again. And thank you for the opportunity to show you, to introduce you, give you an update on GE Vernova, and just again show you how Prophecy software helps our customers to improve sustainability, and introduce you to our Prophecy for Sustainability Insight solution. Thank you so much. And if any of you wants to talk to me, I'll be around the next couple of days. So grab me and have a discussion about maybe your company sustainability needs. Thank you. Have a good time.